Hello there, beautiful person. Today I'm going to tell you why you should try and build habits and routines instead of motivating yourself. Do you ever wonder how come you're doing certain actions and you just keep doing them without even thinking about it? While if you try to start going to the gym, you quit before the year is over because you're not motivated. Let's talk about it. You know that one simple routine, like putting your shoes in the cabinet or drinking a glass of water first thing in the morning, only takes 21 days to become a habit. But a more difficult routine will take over 250 days before it becomes a habit. But once it's a habit, you can be sure that it's going to last until you really try your best to ruin it. Okay, I'm gonna try and explain it in a way that I can understand it myself. Let's say I want to do 10,000 steps every day. I am trying to do that, and motivation just works great. My motivation is trying to get healthy, try to slim down, help my heart become stronger, just do 10,000 steps a day. But the moment it rains, the moment I wear the wrong shoes, the moment I had alcohol the day before, I'm not gonna do my 10,000 steps. I'm gonna stay in, I'm gonna sit on the couch, and I'm going to watch something on Netflix or television or whatever. The reason why? Because I'm no longer motivated. Usually you stop being motivated when something external comes into your plan. So the weather is external, me drinking alcohol and not being able to move because I'm super lazy and sluggish, that's external. Come to think of it, almost everything in our life is external. When you repeat something often, your brain is going to register it as something that's really important. And your brain is going to create neurons, like synapses and connections, to make it cost less energy. Your brain activity is about 70% of all the energy you're using in a day. So if your brain sees that you're doing something very often, your brain is going to make it easier. And the way that your brain does that is to create neurons, to create extra links, to make it cost less energy. And that, my dear, is exactly what happens when you try to build a routine. Whenever you do something on a regular basis, your brain is going to register it, and it's going to get so much easier after a while. But again, not in 21 days. It'll take you more than 250 days. And it doesn't matter if you skip a few days in between, because the neurons are growing. You can think of it as a muscle. Your brain is definitely a muscle that's growing. You can train it to get better at something, and you can train it to make things easier when you do it. And of course, there are a lot of things that you can do in order for your routines to become habits. You have to keep things as simple as possible. It's going to take hundreds of days. So try and keep things simple until you're there. Until it becomes a habit in your life, try and keep things as simple as possible. Another thing you can think of is to set systems. Try and set systems. A morning routine is a really great example of a system. You have things that follow up on each other every morning, and because it's a system that makes sense to you, morning routines, evening routines, whatever kind of routines work for you, try and do that, and you'll see that it makes way more sense. Point 3 is know when you're productive. I am definitely a morning person. I thrive at 5:30 in the morning until 7 o'clock. I do all sorts of things, and it costs me no extra energy. I just wake up like that and everything just flows. But I know so many people that cannot wake up before 10 o'clock. So don't try to get up before 10 o'clock. If you're sharp around 1 o'clock, or if you're really sharp around 7 o'clock or at 10 o'clock at night, try and do the things that are most important to you. Try and do the things that take up the most of your energy on the moments that you have the energy. Also very important, remind yourself of your new habit as often as possible. Write it down, make a, I don't know, put it in a frame next to your desk, put it in your agenda, set a reminder every day to do your new habit. Just remind yourself of it as often as possible. Of course, there's one extremely important thing. Why exactly do you want to achieve this goal? Know why you want to achieve this goal, write it down and work with it. Think about what it is that you want and why you're failing. Because if your goal is way too far away from what you're doing now, you should change your environment. You should change other things that you're doing to get closer to your goal. You cannot run 5K if you don't have the shoes, you don't want to get up, you don't want to make time to run your 5K. You have to change everything in your environment to make it easier for you to get to the 5K run every day. I'm keep using 5K run metaphors, but I'm not in no way trying to run 5K. And last but not least, don't be too hard on yourself. Almost everybody fails before they succeed. It's just part of the journey. Enjoy it, learn from it, and do better the next time. With that in mind, focus, try and reach your goals, and I will see you next week. Bye.